Hey there, welcome to Tarot to a T. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. And if you're returning and one of my fabulous subscribers, thank you. Thank you for coming back. Today I'm going to do a mid-June reading with the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, we're going to look at the situation you're dealing with. I'm going to ask for a few cards to kind of tell me about the complications in that situation, and then we'll ask for cards of advice. How's that sound? You know what, this one will just slide out, so I'm going to actually take 2 cards on that. Okay, cards of advice, cards of advice. What can you tell us? How can we tell Aquarius? Okay, let's get started. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Okay, Aquarius, what are you dealing with in June here? Queen of Spades, okay. 8 of Diamonds, not bad. And here's our 2 cards. So you had the King of Hearts and the 9 of Hearts. King of Hearts represents some kind of fatherly sorry about that. Fatherly energy. This is a very loving male authority figure. If it doesn't involve a literal father, your father or you're a father, it could be somebody embodying that energy. But this person has very tender feelings and is very loving. They also have the capacity to do great good. The 9 of Hearts here, which came out with it, represents some kind of completion that you just went through. It's some kind of wish fulfillment. I gotta pause here and think about that energy. That's a very interesting combination. Perhaps you had somebody, or you could have been the recipient or the person who actually exercised this, okay? Fulfill some kind of need and therefore a wish in a very loving way. Like, it's like somebody who went out of their way to do something that didn't have to. But because they're such a caring person, they stepped up to the plate and they fulfilled some kind of deep, deep need. Interesting. Now the Queen of Spades, she's quite different. She, this is a female energy, but again, doesn't have to be a literal female. This is somebody who embodies it. She's kind of dark, though. It could be you, actually, because this does represent an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She kind of has a dark side to her, but the thing about her, or this energy, is it holds back. It's mysterious. They stay very quiet, and they don't say a whole lot. So maybe there's somebody observing this favor or this gesture that was bestowed on somebody. Or perhaps you are the one observing, because like I said, this could be you, Aquarius. And you're just kind of not saying what you really feel. The 8 of Diamonds, though, represents some kind of financial gain or abundance. Maybe you saw somebody, could be opposite, take it how it fits. You saw somebody gift somebody a large amount of money. Could be somebody like in the family, for example, like a sibling. Could have been the father. Your father gave a large amount of money to someone in your family. You know, like a sibling. I'm thinking of like a sibling situation. And you're just you kind of have your own opinion about it, and you're not really speaking up. But this went ahead despite your feelings. That's what the 8 represents, moving ahead and progressing. So that whatever transpired here, especially if you voiced your concerns about it, it didn't matter. It happened anyway. This is very intriguing. This is starting off as a very intriguing reading. I won't lie. This is a very specific situation too. Jack of Spades. Whoa. Yeah, this is my card when this comes out. It's a young energy, but it's an energy that has like it has an ulterior motive that's hidden. It's also the card of being paranoid that somebody's up to no good. Kind of a little paranoia. I think that's you. I think this is the feeling you're carrying. You're afraid this person's going to get screwed over by bestowing this gift. And I think it was financial. I think it was a sum of money, probably a large sum of money. You know, that maybe it got passed on to a younger brother, a younger sister, and you know they're not trustworthy, or they're not going to use it wisely, or it's not going to be paid back. You know, something like that, something along those lines. 7 of Clubs, yeah. You're experiencing having your hands tied. There's nothing you can do. This is out of your control. That's what you're going through. You're kind of stuck in this position of knowing that this wasn't a good move for this person to do this. You can't do anything about it. Like you have no way of influencing it through your actions or your words. Let's look at some more complications, though. Oh, we have the Joker energy. It's actually in the traditional tarot. This is the Magician card. We have the 5 of Clubs. Represents some changes. And we have the 4 of Hearts. Interesting. Let's talk about the 4 of Hearts first. This is security, and I think... Sorry, I spoke out of turn. This is security and stability, and I think what I meant to say is this person that got this money gifted to them, I keep hearing gifted, this is what was at stake, their stability. I think it's also going to affect this king energy, this fatherly figure or energy as well. This is a very strong indication that this is family, though. I'm not seeing like this isn't just a friend. Like, whatever happened here, whatever you observed, this happened within a family situation. But somebody's stability and security was at stake. The changes that we're talking about, though, we do have to look at this, because this brought on some things that needed to happen. Probably, again, whoever got gifted this money, something serious was going on. And there was, I'm picking up, like, so what am I trying to say? Like, their lifestyle, the way they lived was not acceptable. It was pretty low standards. The money is going to help them change that. I think this is why this king energy felt obligated in some way to help them. Especially in these times, right? With everything like being so freaking expensive, and just the price of everything is... I mean, gas is obviously expensive, but honestly, everything has gone up. Inflation in general has gone up. I think this to me represents a very unstable energy. I think this person was very unstable and still is, and you know that. That's why you're not opening your mouth. Because I see the Joker energy is juggling and things moving around quickly. Obviously in a chaotic manner, or at least appearing very chaotic. I do have my opinions about the Joker card. Otherwise, if it wasn't in this context, Jokers can juggle things very, very expertly and with a sense of mastery. I think it seems very chaotic on the outside to you. And with Magician, I mean, I think you feel like they're putting on appearances. Yeah, this is kind of tough. This is a very solid situation I'm seeing, but this is a tough one. As far as like if you are involved in this, Aquarius. Yeah, King of Clubs, again, we have this kind of this feeling of authority. It's probably, again, it's whoever is represented here. It's kind of probably the way you see them. This person is very generous and very much like a person you look up to when you need help, a mentor. And they have very high moral values. And that's probably where the conflict comes in for you, because you know this person has very, very good intentions. I think it just kind of is kind of exemplifying that you feel like a person who's very, very good-natured is going to get hurt in some way or screwed over. I'll put it bluntly, especially because it involves finances. So I think you're feeling a lot of inner turmoil over that. Ten of Diamonds, yeah, and it's definitely completed some kind of cycle that involves some finances. This is the card of prosperity and some kind of financial gain. Perhaps this person, I don't know, has reached some kind of financial prosperity in their life, and you feel like maybe that's at stake because they have lent this money out or given it out as a gift to help somebody out of this situation that needed changing, and that this is the only way they knew how to do it, is to put in material, materialism was the key to change it. Specifically, money. I don't know if I explained that real well, but I think hopefully you'll get what I'm saying. Like, that's the way they saw they could help. And maybe from your perspective, you're like, no, it's like, what is that saying they say? Don't give somebody a bunch of fish, teach them how to fish. That's along the lines I'm getting at. You just you wouldn't have made that decision. You wouldn't have just given them the money. So look at the cards of advice, though. Queen of Diamonds, interesting. Five of Hearts definitely affected you emotionally, and the Ten of Clubs. Okay, so this line of advice is gonna help you reach this Ten of Clubs, which is it's the card of travel, and it's all for good reasons. It's not unexpected travel for something dire that's happening, like somebody's in trouble. I also see it as traveling from one emotional state to another, so take it how it fits, but that would very much make sense that you need some kind of mood adjustment as a result of everything that's happened here. I think it's put you kind of in this bad frame of mind that has affected you deeply. It's changed you on this heart level. That's what this Five of Hearts is. Sorry, I think I'm talking too fast. I'm skipping over exactly what I want to say before I move on to the next thought. But this is the card of separation. I think you're feeling like you have to separate yourself from this. That's what the advice is saying. If you haven't, separate your heart from this situation to move into this better mindset and feeling better about things. Because even if, on the outside you don't see this as right, ultimately you have no control, right? The Seven of Clubs, you felt trapped, like you couldn't do anything about it. So the only thing you can do is take care of you by moving into this better space. Staying in negative energy like that is never good for anybody. I can guarantee you that. That is, just because you can't change it doesn't mean you have to stay in that energy, right? That bad attitude, that negativity. The Queen of Diamonds could be the energy you need to embody, or this could be a person that you can rely upon for advice. This is a more mature authority female energy, and they have very good, in general, this is again kind of along the King of Clubs, they have a very good sense of judgment and responsibility. It's very possible you just need to embody this. I'm kind of leaning towards that. You know, it's not a heavy energy. She knows how to get along with people. She's very social. You kind of need to adopt that attitude here and kind of maybe go along with the plan. You know, be agreeable. Whatever this person decided to do, it's ultimately not something you have any control over for sure, but you also, it's like there's only so much you could say. You can't keep telling them that they're making a mistake. Yes, Ten of Hearts. Ten of Hearts. Yes, you need to get back to this happy place. This is the card of completions, but it's also about celebrations, good news. Lighten up this energy, Aquarius. Accept that you have no control over it. Separate yourself emotionally. Yeah. That is pretty darn clear. It might be for a very specific group of you. Sometimes readings, they just give me kind of the emotional imprint of what's going on, but this is like kind of told me something very solid as far as the storyline. I like these because in a way they're, I don't know, I think they come across better, not as vague. Sometimes I'm afraid the emotional aspects are, obviously that's what I need to pass on if it comes out that way, but yeah, this is a very specific situation. So if this resonated with you, you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you want to see the next video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I hoped it helped. And I will see you again soon. Take care.